It's the weekend. It's Mailbag. I am back this week, so thanks to Warren and Dave for filling in for me over the last couple of weeks. I am joined today by Warren, along with Ian and Ben. I don't think there's ever been such a collection of accents on any Blue Room podcast as there is on this one. It's quite incredible. Before we get going, as ever, if you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe, leave us a comment, tell your mates to subscribe. And if you're listening on a Patreon, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you can subscribe to Patreon, go and do that as well. It's all appreciated. Right, let's get into this. Obviously, Everton kick off pre-season at Accrington Stanley on Tuesday. So I thought we'd lead in with the hot topic. And what's your favourite ever pre-season moment? Ben, I'll come to you first.
Yeah, so a bit of a funny one for me. Obviously, most of my pre-seasons are like getting up late to watch like shitty preseason games. But they're in 2010, when I was like 13, they came to Australia, and yeah, my dad made most of it. We stayed in Sydney. I'm like an hour and a half from Sydney, so we stayed in Sydney as a family and watched, and it was wholesome. It was great. It was when they wore that bright pink top with like the line on it.
Underrated away kit that.
I think that too. I think there's that. I think the other one was a solid blue Lecoq one, and then that cream one, the third kit that I love as well.
Yeah. What were the games in that pre-season?
So they played Sydney FC, and they won 1-0, and Nick Chibi scored. But like everyone had a good run out. Like it was so sick to see like Baines and stuff like that. I remember seeing Baines and thinking, wow, he looked really small. Like, but like, yeah, so cool. They played like Brisbane and stuff like that too. But yeah.
Was it amazing to see them then? Sort of, was it something you never thought you would? And then
exactly, yeah. Exactly. It was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that's class. Love that. Ian?
I would say mine was Duncan Ferguson's testimonial, because my mate was sitting in the Low Gladys Street just near the post, and Rooney was coming like down warming up, and everyone's like standing up and cheering, like shouting his name. Me and my mate just stubbornly sat there without arms folded, went chanting his name just like that. But there's that one, and going to Blackburn. We played really well at Blackburn. Janovic got a couple of goals, but I would say that the not cheering Rooney one for me, definitely, because I hadn't forgiven him at the time. I probably still haven't these days, but
I do
just, and it was a good game as well, the Ferguson one. Yeah. Who was it scored? Was it Tyus Brown that scored or something that day? He took it off his head or something like that. I think the ball came in, and I don't think Ferguson scored that day.
I can't properly remember. I do like the stubbornness though.
Oh, just sat there, arms folded like that. Just, everyone's like chanting his name.
That wasn't long before he came back, was it? Because that was when he first started touting coming back.
I think it was, yeah, like dropping little things in interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I think I'm kind of with you on that as well. Yeah. Are you going to Blackburn this season?
No, but I'm going to the Roma game.
Oh,
I wanted the experience of going to like the very first game, like Premier League game, but I just thought, saves rushing around on the opening day looking for your seat at least. So I go to the pre-season friendly, see where it's at. I've got a good idea when we go back, especially with it being at 2:00 on a Sunday as well. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, lads, but
yeah, I'm not into it, but I'm just glad it's a bank holiday. That kind of softens the blow a little bit. Warren, I imagine you're not going to Roma because you said you want to keep your first Everton Stadium experience as the first game.
Yeah, I'm away anyway. I'm not here, so I won't be able to go to Roma. Yeah. But I will be going to that first game, and I want to wait. Yeah, I do want to wait till the first game, official competitive game, should we say? But my favourite pre-season, I remember just after Martinez took charge, and we had, ironically, Accrington/Blackburn as the first two pre-season games, and I remember going on the Saturday to Blackburn, and because it was weather like we've got now, gorgeous, hot, sunny July, and we got the train up to Ormskirk and then Ormskirk on to Preston. And as we got off at Preston, I think there was 3 or 4 lines, one coming from Lion Street, one coming from somewhere else. And it was as if everyone who was going to match just submerged on Preston train station, to change to go to Blackburn.
Yeah.
And must have been we must have had like an hour and a half wait before the train. So we thought we'll have one and 2 in Preston. And as we got off, you just see this sea of Evertonians walking up the stairs to leave the station. And those who've been to Preston train station, it's got like a big roof. So if you start to chant or start singing, it really does echo and it really does build up. Yeah, so it was like just the first, Everton, and it was so loud and it just felt like the whole train station was full of blues. It was brilliant. And I remember thinking, oh, this is great this summer, going for a few bevies with my mates, everyone getting off the train. And then what made it even better, when we got to Blackburn, we had a few obviously there as well, but we won the game 3-0 and it was brilliant. I think Yelovich got a couple as well that day. And it's just a really,
I think that's the one I went to,
just a really wholesome pre-season away day. Good fun, sunshine, bevies, brilliant. So yeah, that's my favourite.
Yeah, do you know what? That's just made me think of. I went to Preston last season. It was a proper last minute thing. Dargan messaged me in the morning of the game to say I've got 2 spares for Preston if you want to go. So I just dragged Joe out the house, got the train to Preston. Like you say, it was a lovely sunny day like this. Just walked up the hill, out the station, up the hill to the ground. And I thought Jake O'Brien was going to be the best player ever because he scored on that day. He came on and he looked great. And it turns out he could still be. It was looking rocky for a while, but yeah, it was really good. I think that's when Tarkovsky got his injury as well. That he
Lindstrom scored the free kick, didn't he? And we thought we had another Kinchelskis on our hands, didn't we?
He did, yeah. It was a decent game actually. It's good away. Nice little ground, Preston. Actually,
good bevy, Preston. Very good bevy. I like Preston.
It is.
I got potato things.
What's that?
The only thing I know about Preston from an Australian perspective is they have these loaded potato things I've seen on TikTok. Apparently they've sponsored the team now or something like that as well. It's like Spud.
Yes, I know what you mean. I heard these fellas on the radio. They've got their own big jacket potato van or something, haven't they?
Yeah. And there's a line that goes for ages. And when I was going
it's really popular.
Yeah, my girlfriend's like, "You've got to go," and I'm like, "I don't know, that doesn't." Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not sure it'd be worth moving to Preston for, to be honest.
Yeah, so funny.
Add some in on Twitter. So Gary said his best pre-season moment was Rangers away, 3-0. Alan Stubbs' last minute goal went down a treat. Michael added Leeds high half volley at the back post. Can't find it anywhere. Apparently, these goals are not available anywhere, unfortunately. Mike said, pre-season 2005, the moment I realised it's not going to go well, this, lads. Fenerbahce 5, Everton 0. Do you know what? That's the thing I'm a little bit worried about for next season and probably this pre-season. We haven't seen a good Moyes hammering yet, have we? He's always prone to his sides getting just one good walloping about 5-0. A little bit concerned about what the reaction will be if that happens. Liam, his favourite pre-season moment was last year v Roma. Half-time crossbar challenge. Fella hits the bar on the second go. Everyone cheers. Rossi gives him the big build-up to do it again on his third. Goodison expected, and he landed on his arse. I hope they do keep the crossbar challenge.
Without a doubt.
Oh, they've got to. David, watching Kinchelskis score 4 at Wrexham. Confidence was high that summer. Hell yeah, it was. And Nicky said 2003 road to JC on the Dutch-German border. Left the match at half-time to get on the ale. Sensational kebabs, terrible Everton team. That's what it's about. That is what pre-season is about, especially if you go away. I think a couple of mine as well, apart from Preston. Definitely one highlight was getting a McRib and a beer from Frankfurt Mackey's and then doing post-match with Jack and Adam after the Mainz debacle, let's call it. And the John Stones Panenka. So that was, I think you could only get that on a dodgy stream at the time. And it was on about 2:00 in the morning because it was in LA, I think, wasn't it? I just remember dragging the kids out of bed, dragging them downstairs. They were still asleep on the couch, just trying to sort out this stream. And I think I just about got it working for the penalty shootout. So I got to see the Panenka. But one of the best
That summer felt like everybody was watching us in the States. Just felt like everyone was awake at night. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, were you over there at that time?
No, I wasn't over there. But it just felt like everybody was Yeah, come on.
It was a big tournament, wasn't it? It was a big
Yeah.
deal, the tournament.
Yeah, the one that they shafted us because they didn't want us in the final.
Yeah, incredible. Just changed the rules. Yeah, because Jelic scored against Madrid, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
God, he was going to be the best striker ever.
And he was for 6 months. He was
He only
better
needed
than,
one touch, didn't he? One
yeah,
touch.
he was better than Suarez for 6 months.
Definitely.
100%. Yeah, that dud was hitting the bar at that point every week, wasn't he? Right, we'll move on to one from the good times. Seeing as we are looking for a backup keeper, who are your favourite and worst backup goalies we've had? Warren, go ahead.
Worst, Stefan Vessels. Just remember the Oldham debacle in the FA Cup when Moyes inexplicably played him, and I think he let one go through his hands, and Oldham provided a cup upset or a cup set that day. And then the best, do you know what? He's not necessarily the best keeper, but I remember he had to come in. We played City, and I think it was when City were either champions or they were on the way up, and we beat City 1-0 at home, and it was Jan Mucha. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
And he pulled off an unbelievable save from close range. I think Tony Ibbott played centre half as well that day, and somehow it was a classic Goodison backs against the wall performance. So yeah, I go Jan Mucha, the best, Vessels the worst.
Yeah, reasonable shout that. Ian?
Vesterveld has to be.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that to bring him in?
I thought you said for the best then, and then he spits out me coffee.
No, definitely not. I think he played up here. He played up in Newcastle when we played Newcastle away. I'm sure, and I think
it was.
Got beat 2-0. I think Solano bent one past him to make it 2-0. And I've got to go with Warren there. Jan Mucha, I thought he was a really good keeper. Really good keeper.
Yeah.
I'd say it was from Tevez as well. Like was it the back post or something? He's come in and yeah, I thought he was a really good goalkeeper.
Ben?
I don't know. I struggled with this. Like, I don't really feel like I have a good answer for it, to be honest. Like,
just say Westerveld then for the worst, because
yeah, sure. That was the thing. Like, yeah, Westerveld.
Do you know who was decent? Who was the Swedish fella who deputised for Pickford when Pickford had his little wobble? Who?
Olsen, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was all right, and he's still doing the rounds a bit now. But he was like an Swedish international goalkeeper, wasn't he? And I thought that was a really good. Yeah, Billy, that's it. Yeah, I thought that was a really smart sign. I would like to have seen him stay longer because I was under the impression he wanted to go off somewhere and be a number one, and then he's sitting on Villa's bench. But I thought he was a very good backup keeper.
Yeah,
Did he get his house robbed?
Oh, maybe it was that then. Yeah,
I think he got his house robbed when he was. When he was at Everton. I don't know whether that was one of the things that he thought, "Oh, I'm not hanging around here," sort of thing. But he went, like you say, Warren. He went to Villa.
Yeah, got to get an honourable shout in for Jason Caton as well.
I was going to come on to it.
Yeah, never saw him play, but
I did.
Just these curtains.
Yeah.
Just curtains.
Yeah, his blonde curtains. Do you know, Ben? Do you know? I'm not going to say, do you know Jason Caton? Australia, it's just a small little island, isn't it? Yeah, he was Everton's Aussie goalie. And
what year?
He was bad. Early 90s, like 92 through 95-ish, around there. He did have the privilege of wearing the best ever Everton goalie top, the black one.
I've seen that.
But he was bad. There's a goal against Aston Villa that El Barrett scores. I mean, say no more. El Barrett scoring a goal where he sort of volleys it across him, and Caton is just so far out of position. There's only one place Barrett can put it, and he just slots it in there. He was so bad. Aston Barton wasn't great either, was he?
No.
That was a strange one.
Was that 4-0 debut against Spurs?
That was 4-3 against Spurs, wasn't it? Yeah. Aston Barton.
Oh, Barton, yeah.
I really like Joel. I think we would have picked up more points if Martinez would have had the bottle to drop Tim Howard that season. I think probably the best standing keeper, though, and I don't think he's anyone's favourite by any stretch. Bobby Mims was a really good standing keeper. A lot of people sort of put down the fact that we blew the double in '86 down to like Neville Southall getting injured, which is true because I think, as someone said, but I think Kendall said, Neville Southall wins the games, Bobby Mims doesn't, because he he was that good. But he did well that season when he came in. You know, we didn't concede that many goals. It was the fact that we couldn't score them that really blew it for us, because I think Sheedy and Lineker went on a massive drought towards the end of the season. So I think he was a little bit hard done by there, but he was never going to get in ahead of Southall. No. Oh, and one thing I didn't realise, bloody Southall's injury at Lansdowne Road, it was John Aldridge who challenged him, wasn't it?
Oh, no, I don't know. Was it?
Yeah. I've
just read Paul's book while I was on holiday. So Gav had a go at me because I took a break from the end, because it was at 1987. I thought, I'll read Paul's book now, do a deep dive into 87. But yeah, Aldridge was challenging Southall for the ball at Lansdowne Road.
That makes me even more upset and angry that I'm not blocked by him on Twitter. Yeah.
Is that the Forgotten Champions book?
Yes.
I've got that to read, yeah. I've got that to read.
Really, really good. Yeah, it does make you realise what an achievement that 87 season was, because it was the injuries they had were ridiculous. But yeah, there we go. We'll move on from that season anyway. Ian, it's your question. Do you want to ask it?
If you're going to appear on any TV game show, stroke quiz show, past or present, what would it be?
Go on, I'll go first on this then.
Go on then.
So mine were, I always fancied Nightmare.
Yeah.
I was a little nerd. But I think the one for me, and Ian was speaking about this just before we came on, was Finders Keepers, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah, with Neil Fitzmaurice. Not Neil Fitzmaurice, Neil Buchanan. Yeah.
Trash the house. So you just have to go room to room, trash the house to find clues. That would have been just such a laugh. And Ian, you've got a Finders Keepers story, haven't you?
Yes. We were down at some friend's house and we had a few beers and there was a couple of mates, and then we decided to have a game of Finders Keepers in the house. So like somebody would say like hairbrush, and you just like throwing the bed covers over and emptying the drawers and stuff like that. It was mental. That's what you did when you're younger, I suppose. But yeah, Finders Keepers quality.
Yeah, we wouldn't get away with that at our age.
Oh no, like I'd have been thrown out or arrested or something.
Yeah, nice quiet dinner parties for us now, isn't it? I always fancied the Krypton Factor as well, just for the assault course, because it would have been shit at everything else. But I think I would have done all right at the assault course. Anyway, that's my few.
The best part of the Krypton Factor was at the end when you used to go down on the slide and you used to go into the water.
Oh, the zip line. That was the one, wasn't it? Always wanted to do that. So good. I would never have been any good at any of the other bits though. Doing the puzzle one, I'd have been there for like weeks.
I've still been there now.
Yeah.
From 1985.
Warren, what's yours?
Well, in a similar vein to Finders Keepers, when I was a kid, the amount of kids my age and my generation who wanted to go on Funhouse with Pat Sharp, I was desperate to go on that. When you go on the little go-kart things around, and then you had to go and do all the games and everything else. So very similar 90s vein to Finders Keepers. So,
any other reason you wanted to go on Funhouse?
None at all. No, Dave's not here. Not here.
No.
There's no other reason why I was wanted to go on it. I feel bad for Ben here because Ben has no clue probably what we're on about. But anyway,
not
the
yet.
other one. Just Google later, Ben. Funhouse twins. All right. Anyway,
yeah.
When you're alone.
Anyway, the other one was Crystal Maze. I was obsessed with Crystal Maze as a kid. Really wanted to, and I always felt as like sometimes now it's on like Challenge or something. You flick over and it's on one of the old stations or whatever, and you watch it, and you realise like just how difficult actually it is. But way back in the day when I used to watch it, I used to get so frustrated with the contestants, thinking like you're stupid, like you're dead stupid. There's the crystal, just pick it up and go. But yeah, that was a brilliant show, and loved it. So yeah, Funhouse would have been the one now.
I think you can. Is the Crystal Maze game still on, like in London or somewhere, where you can actually go and do it?
You can do Manchester and London. It's more of like one of them. They do like the work team building days or something, or like bring your workforce here for the day. You can do them. Yeah, one in London, one in Manchester. It's not that bad either, as in price wise.
I reckon a bit of Blue Room team bonding there.
Blue Room Crystal Maze.
I'd love to see how frustrated Dave would get with some things. I reckon he'd get that angry.
David get locked in, and we just leave him there for the whole day.
You've got 500 crystals. You want to go back and get Dave? Nah.
No.
Ben.
Well, there's a couple. I mean, so I don't. It's when I was over last year, I only just found out about the Traders show because I heard people talking about it when it was over. And then
Oh, yeah.
the flight home, obviously super long, and watched like a whole season. And I thought it was sick. Like, but I don't know if it's lame or I think it's very lame. But the actual like premise of the game, I thought it was
Oh,
quite
no, I
cool.
love it. I think
Yeah.
Arbitrators is meant to be belter as well.
Okay, I'll have to check
Yeah.
this out. I need more,
Arbitrators
honestly,
is
because
meant
it
to be
was so
incredible.
good. And then there's an Australian show. It's not a quiz show or anything like that, but it is a game show that it's called The Block. Have you ever heard of The Block?
Not heard of
No.
the block.
So they buy like 5 houses or blocks of land on a block of on a street, and they over a certain amount of weeks they give each block of land or each house to a couple. It's usually a husband and wife, whatever. And you don't have to have any building experience or whatever. And then you essentially go and you get like a building team, and then you build a house and you do a room each week. And there's obviously heaps of sponsors involved in that sort of thing, but you have a budget but a lot of money in it. But yeah, and basically you auction the house at the end of the weeks, and you get to keep whatever is the profit. So pretty sick. Like you see people win heaps of money. And seems pretty real, but yeah, but yeah, they go through some crap, but yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah,
I'd make an absolute mess of that with my track record with builders, but we won't go
but
into that.
that's the thing. People go on with no experience, and they are just so far in that they just don't know what to do. It's hilarious.
I would definitely end up owing them money at the end of it, 100%. Without a doubt. Ian, what are yours then, mate?
First of all, I've got to agree with Warren how frustrating it is on Crystal Maze. Like, just grab the crystal, don't go back again. You're going to get locked in.
Yeah.
Oh, God. My first one I would say was Cracker Jack.
Oh, God,
I'd
yeah.
love to go on Cracker Jack as a kid. Like the gunge tank, is it the gunge
Yeah.
at the end and stuff like that? Yeah, I'd love to have gone on that. And
that was always the thing, wasn't it, in kids' telly, like in the 80s, like, and
Gunge.
probably the 90s as well, the gunge tank,
Yeah.
covering people in slime.
Like my ideal would have been on Cracker Jack and getting Ian Rush in the gunge at the end, blue gunge. Just leave him there. Don't watch him. Just leave him there. But, and the other one, this might sound a bit mad, but I like to go on blankety blank. Just the fact that the random prize of a blankety blank checkbook and pen. Like, whose idea was to have a checkbook and pen as a prize?
Yeah, I think Lily Savage was peak blankety blank.
Oh, be Les Dawson for me.
All right.
Les Dawson. He's hilarious.
Oh no, Lily Savage all day for me. Just a Birkenhead thing, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move on to Stephen's question. When have you had to deal with a workplace bully? Thinking of how Dave treats Warren. Oh, Warren, what's going on?
I think I made the mistake of saying a couple of things and Dave's latched onto them. So I made the mistake of saying that I don't watch many films. Now, that doesn't mean I don't watch films full stop, but Dave's latched onto that. And then when we, I think there was a question about TV as well, TV show. And I just said, oh, you know what? Yeah, mostly watch sport. I don't really watch many series, but I watch a lot of sports on TV. So Dave has turned that into, you don't watch TV, you don't watch films. What do you do? So apparently now I'm boring. So whilst you were away, Les, the first show this happened, and then the second show, this has been a whole week in Dave's head of me just sitting around looking at a blank screen or a blank wall and doing nothing. It's then transferred onto Twitter where he just calls me all sorts. So I put up with it. I deal with it because I know I'm not boring. But what's making it worse now is there's questions in Mailbag. For instance, I think there's one coming up possibly about what's your favourite film when you were a kid. Foxy I think, has put in that as well. Foxy's put in that. Probably doesn't, something along the lines of, probably doesn't apply to Warren because he doesn't watch films or something along those lines. So this 1-2 throwaway comments has led to a bit of a Blue Room listener feeling against me that I'm a boring bastard. So the best way to deal with a workplace bully is to just ignore them. Dave, I love you.
I can attest to the fact that Warren is not boring. He's a great lad. Good lad to have a bevy with. Very good lad to have a bevy with. Any other workplace bullying, Warren? Anything else?
I used to be the the bully. Yeah. I used to be the anti-bullying ambassador in our school. So I used to sort all the kids out who were bullying. But now we're lucky. I think I've told you this. We're lucky in our place. We've got some good staff, but I think there's obviously, without going down too serious a route, there's obviously procedures in place now in workplaces. So if you are dealing with anything, speak to someone in work who can help you out.
Yeah, 100%.
Good advice. Okay, give Warren a shout.
Don't give me a call, yeah.
Ian?
Wasn't so much a bully. I hadn't been working for the company I work for very long, and they had a training centre. So I was like, go down, we'll show you what you do, this, how to do that, and the other. And it's like one of the like, I think it was like marketing manager or something down there, and he came in, had his big long coat on, and I was only like 16 at the time. He just says, "Do you know who I am?" And I was like, "Nah." And then he went and told us, like, right, fine off, and just walked away. And just the way he walked over and said, "Do you know who I am?" Like, nah, sorry, mate.
Who was he?
No. But no, most of the lads that I've worked with, so I've worked in like different places over the years and across the northeast, and 99% of the lads have been spot on.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
good stuff.
Got to be in the job that they do. You know what I mean? Like customer relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Actually, yeah, customer service team in our place. I don't know how they deal with some of the people they talk to, but anyway, that's another story. Ben.
Well, I can't really think of a bullying sort of thing per se, but when I was like 17, so I worked at Kmart when it was like my first job, right? Which is just like I don't know what you have, Kmart, right?
Yeah.
I see. And yeah, started there at 15, and then because I was still there at the age of 17, somehow I ended up in like a team leader position, and basically I'm like bossing around like kids 2 years younger than me who don't want to be there either. But like I just had so much pressure from like the actual managers, and I like have no power to be like, why isn't this done in time and all that sort of thing. And I'm like, I don't know, how does this happen? But yeah, and they were just wild. Like, yeah, horrible.
You're there like thinking, I care slightly more than them, but that's about it.
Exactly. It's
I
like,
don't need this heat.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
Yeah, I got a similar one from when I was 16 or 17. So I worked in Safeway, and I used to get the bus there from sixth form for like me Tuesday night shift or something. So I turned up in the staff canteen about 4:30 in the afternoon. Went to the vending machine to get a horrible cup of vending machine orange that used to be there for free. I had my Everton shirt on. And the store manager, now bear in mind I was 16, 17, he must have been in his 30s, just walks up to me, like, canteen's got quite a few people in there, just looks at me and goes, "What are you wearing that top for?" And I was just like, just looked at him, he was trying to make a dick out of me in front of everyone. And I just said, "Because I support Everton," and walked past him. But it was just like, he was just trying to make a dick out of me. Why would he say that to someone? "What are you wearing that to?" I don't even know who he supported. He never, ever showed any interest in football, ever. And then just started giving me stick. So it wasn't so much bullying, but it was, I think it's a bit sly to do that to a 17-year-old.
Just a power move on the young kid to try and make yourself feel better. That sounds like...
Yeah, weird. Maybe because everyone in the canteen thought he was a dickhead anyway, so he thought he'd try and sort of, I don't know.
So, Les, I have got to admit something here, because you've called me a nice fella, but I did something, I wouldn't say not nice, but I did the classic thing this week. We've had year 10s on work experience, so we've had a couple of them with us, and one of them did come into our office the other day and say, Sar's just asked me to come over. He wants some tartan paint. So I said, "We haven't got any, I'm afraid, but can you do me a favour? Can you go back to Sar and ask him?" I say, "I need a long wait." So we did that this week. And then didn't see him then for the rest of the day. So we've done the classic stuff like that. I think stuff like that's allowed. That's not bullying. That's just a bit of harmless fun.
Yeah, it's just
doing a power move like that in front of a 16-year-old kid, no need.
As long as you're not the head of the anti-bullying committee.
I should have just chucked the orange on him and quit.
Yeah.
So, God, sorry, hold on. Next question, where are we? Another one from Stephen. On the back of I've weirdly got a bit of a film round coming up here. On the back of Dave Downey's comments about film sequels always being worse than the original. Strange take that. Name a better sequel. Bit of a weird one, but Gremlins 2 is arguably better than the first.
No,
Tough call for me. That Gremlins is a great Christmas movie, or a great movie set at Christmas. Gremlins 2 is good though. The bit in the cinema at the end is amazing. Ben.
Oh, geez. Yeah, no, bad take, Dave. Film sequels are often better. No, not better, but like I think sequels get such a bad rap. But I don't know. There's so many like the Dark Knight, like the Batman series.
Yeah,
Like the second one is like 10 times better than the first one. Shrek 2, Toy Story 2.
Yeah, Shrek 2. I was going to say that Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is great. Yeah, there's so many good ones, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange take from Dave, that one. He does have some like reasonable takes sometimes, but this isn't one.
Let's not bully Dave, all right? Let's leave him alone. Okay.
Far be it from me to bully Dave. Okay, not at least not until next season when I've sat by him for 6 games. Warren, go ahead.
Terminator 2.
Yes.
Unbelievable film. Unbelievable. Weirdly, I watched it as a kid, which, thinking back now, probably wasn't the ideal film to show an 8-year-old. But I remember watching it and even then thinking, this is unbelievable. And it's one of those now, do you know, like if it comes on ITV4 or whatever, something nowadays, like I'll sit and watch it for like time and time again. Just an unbelievable. And as well, sci-fi stuff like that or fantasy stuff like that doesn't normally appeal to me. But I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger is the greatest actor, but I thought that was obviously his best role. He did his best work in that. Great storyline. And I think the fella who played the T-1000, John Patrick, I think his name was, unbelievable. I watched the thing actually the other day about, he was like a small-time unknown actor, and he went for the role at the T-1000, and the only guidance to give him was, they said to him, just walk into a room and look, and I want you to give the impression that you're very intense, but I don't want you to make any sound. Obviously, if you're an actor and you're going into an audition and you're being told you can't use your voice, or all you can use is you've only been given the remit of you've got to look intense. And apparently, he walked in and he was just doing that, like the stares he was doing in the film itself. Yeah. And they sent a tape to James Cameron, who was the director or whatever he was, and apparently within 10 seconds he was like, "That's him. Hire him now. He's the man." But yeah, wonderful. Do you know what? For Dave, I might watch it later on tonight.
You got nothing else to do, have you? So,
yeah, apart from sit on the bed and just look at the wall. Yeah.
Ian,
Top Gun Maverick for me.
I've still not seen that. Is it belter?
Oh, honestly, we went to the pictures. I think it was just when they were allowing people back in the cinemas after COVID, and we went and watched it. It was like we went like an early show, so like 7 or 8 people in. It was like we went about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, as sequels go, it's really, really good. They've taken bits out of the original and updated them and put them in the sequel. Yeah, really, really good. You'd enjoy it.
Yeah, good stuff. I think, I had Terminator on my list. Dark Knight. Aliens as well, I think is better than Alien. Totally different film, to be fair. Totally different sort of style than that, but I'd say that. The Winter Soldier, I think, is better than the first Captain America film. But then the third one's probably the best. Civil War is probably the best of the 3. 28 Weeks Later, maybe a bit of a controversial one. I think it's better than 28 Days Later. Mm-hmm. And I went to watch 28 Years Later last week, and it's a bit shit. Disappointing for me. And The Empire Strikes Back, but I would say Return of the Jedi is better than The Empire Strikes Back as well. So I think the third one's better there. And it made me think a bit like Everton's first 3 seasons in the Football League. Second one was better than the first, and the third one was the best of the 3.
People are going to be screaming at us, by the way, listening to this about Godfather 2. I've not seen it, but people will be screaming about it.
I haven't seen it either. No.
I haven't seen. I started watching The Godfather. I think I've started it about 3 times, and I just find it dead boring because it's like this wedding scene goes on for like half an hour at the start of the film, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I need to try it again, but I've never been able to quite get into it.
Yeah, same, exactly the same.
Would you say Rocky 2 was better than Rocky 1?
That's my other thing. I've never seen a single Rocky film.
Oh, Les, quality. Some of them are good. Like I enjoy. She's my favorite actor, Sylvester Stallone, but Rocky 2 is a good film.
I think Rocky 4 is the best of the series, though.
No, it is. I've just.
But three's good. Three's very good.
Is that Mr. T?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just
Double
downloaded
Ang,
it on Amazon, but I went to the pictures to see it. Warren, I saw that. I went to see the director's cut of and it's just called Rocky versus Drago. That was decent as well. Little bits where that have been put in, and I mean the thing about that is they took the robot out. They just got rid of it totally.
The Happy Birthday Paulie, they took that out. That was one of the best bits.
Yeah.
Is that Drago's training? Does he train with a robot?
No.
See, I've no idea.
No, no idea. The podcast would just be talking about Rocky 4, telling you how it is. But no, watch it. Just have a weekend of Rockies.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, I'll do that. Next international break, I'll do that. Right. Oh God, Dave's question.
Dave's getting cooked this episode.
Johnny Sins is obviously a stage name, but if you had the choice, what would you want your first name to be?
John.
So I had no idea who Johnny. I had no idea who Johnny Sins was, and then I made the fatal mistake of googling Johnny Sins. So,
well, Foxy asked me, "What's Johnny Sins?"
On the work laptop.
I think he's a computer.
No,
game,
God, no.
Yeah, don't do it on the work device.
Don't do it on the work devices. No, definitely not.
So, given that is clearly a stage name, Warren, what would you like to be called if you weren't called Warren?
So recently, I've been wanting to learn how to DJ properly, with a set of decks and stuff, and I want to try and learn a new skill. So, like I've said in the past, I'd love to learn another language and do all this. And I thought, finally, I'm going to do something that I've always wanted to do. No idea how to start, where to start. So I thought I'll just have a look and see if there's any apps. So there is an app which you can use on your iPad. So I started doing that, and I've started having a little play with it. I'm not any good at anything. I'm only still learning, but I'm trying to get there to a point where I can, be one day hopefully quite proficient and capable. And in work, I've got a bit of a reputation, should we say, if I get really hot, I complain apparently, which I don't think I do. But I made the mistake one day of in work, going into one of the classrooms just to do a bit of work because it had aircon. And they were like, "Where's Warren gone? Where's Warren? I need to speak to him. Got a phone call. Where are you? Why aren't you in the office?" "Oh, I'm in this classroom because it's got aircon." So then ever since then, I've been ripped because I need a bit of cool air to be able to do some work. I can't function properly in the heat, which is not true again. But so from that, I've now been, and because I've shared the fact that I like to do a bit of DJing now, I've been coined DJ Aircon. So that'd be my stage name.
Like that. That's a good one.
It's got a ring to it, DJ Aircon. I like it.
Yeah. So going with
Ben,
that.
if you were Ben.
So when I was a kid, I remember it never got any further than this, but I remember once I was under 10, so we'll say that. But I remember just being like, "Dad, I want to be called Max," just because I thought it was a really cool name. Just sounds cool, like no justification. And then it never went any further than that. But I just remember wanting to be called Max, and then and then there's that Simpsons episode where Homer calls himself Max Power. I'm like, fuck. What are the chances? But yeah, it's so funny.
And obviously there was a Shammy player called Max Power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible name. Ian, if you weren't Ian.
If I wasn't Ian, and I was, as you know, we love on the rocks on the minibus and stuff like that, I'd be called Rockin', spelled Rockin, because my surname's Roland, so it's like Rock and Roland.
I think you need to add that to your list of pseudonyms because you've got about 10 names anyway, haven't you? So
yeah.
I've always fancied something like a bit continental, so like Roberto, but Roberto Roberts doesn't quite work. I don't think.
Sounds like
Paolo Roberts.
Paolo Roberts, yeah. Federico.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something with an O at the end, I think. That's quite right. I've got a weird name fact. This is I heard this on a podcast the other week, and it stuck with me. Do you know Pol Pot, the Cambodian dictator, killed millions of people? His real name was Saloth Sar. Right. He had the perfect villain name. If you want to do a genocide and you're called Saloth Sar, it's there for you. And he changed it to Pol Pot. He changed it to sound like the future winner of Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
He made it worse, didn't he? Yeah.
It's strange. Did his name just go too hard that he thought, I can't be called that and do this?
He's had to sit down one day, hasn't he, and gone, yeah, this is too good. I need to make it worse. Yeah.
Strange. It's a very good podcast, though. Behind the Bastards. It's it's very good.
Very good podcast. I've listened to that before. Very good.
Yeah.
Not as good as ours, like, but very good.
No. I've just listened to one on Adolf Eichmann. It's all good stuff, which is very good as well. Mr. Holocaust himself. Nice. Anyway, we'll move on. Foxy, this one's for you, Warren. What's your favourite childhood movie? I know this will be hard for Warren. He don't believe. You don't believe in them.
See, this is off one tiny throwaway comment, and
You
this
can't
is
stand it these days.
and do you know what? Foxy's as bad as Dave, the shit house. Look at that, like jumping in on this here.
The fact that he put in brackets as well.
Do you know what? There was a film I watched when I was a kid, Disney film, and I loved it. Wanted to watch it every day. Little Giants with Rick Moranis in. You know, the fella out of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you ever heard it or seen it, but he puts together a misfit kids pee-wee football team together, and they play like the brothers team. The brother was like a superstar football player, and just a slapstick Disney comedy, but very, very good, very funny. For when you were in,
face well. He's so good at Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he is brilliant in Ghostbusters. That was another one as well. Ghostbusters, obsessed with that when I was a kid. Yeah, I had the Proton Pack, the toy Proton Pack.
Oh, did you?
With the you had the gun, and it had like a long piece of sponge foam come out of it, meant to be the electric coming out of the thing. I had that, and I wish I'd have kept it because that would have been brilliant for things like fancy dress or whatever. But I got rid of it.
Oh, that's so in Stranger Things. I think it's the second one. They go in fancy dresses, Ghostbusters, don't they?
Yeah,
I think in that, and it's just such a good fancy dress costume. That Ghostbusters,
brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
That's a hell of a shout, Ben.
And great theme song as well. Sorry, great song.
Incredible. Yeah. 1985. What a year! Incredible year.
Yeah.
Ben.
So I struggle with this. I basically, like, as a kid, we used to have we used to call them Bali DVDs, but basically what it was anytime like any of your relatives or anyone you knew would go over to Bali for a holiday, which is where everyone goes in Australia, they have like heaps of like knockoff DVDs, and basically it'd be DVDs, but you there's no plastic casing, it's just a slip with the DVD, and so you'd have heaps of copies of those just like in a folder. So I did so many that like there was just so many movies, but Shrek 2 is coming back. You thought there'd be 2 mentions of Shrek 2, but that was in there. There's a movie called Blue Crush, which is like 3 girl surfers in Hawaii, and that was sick. And then School of Rock. Have you ever seen School of Rock?
School of Rock. What a shout that is, yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. So good.
Great movie.
Ian, apart from the official history of Everton VHS, what was your favourite childhood movie?
This might sound, you might not have heard of this film, but it was called American Flyers.
Oh, no.
No, not heard it.
It's an early Kevin Costner film, and I can't remember what the other actor's called, but it's about cycling. They do a thingy called The Hell of the West. And Kevin Costner's younger brother thinks he's got this like brain disease and stuff like that, but it turns out that it's Kevin Costner. So to bond together, because Kevin Costner's fell out with the family, the younger brother goes to the Hell of the West because he's a decent cyclist as well. So it's just like the story, and he wins it. I'll not tell you all, but that, and another one as well. I mean, these aren't exactly kids' films, but they were from my younger days. Another one called Youngblood. Have you heard of Youngblood?
No.
Another cracking film, but ice hockey film. It's got some very young, top quality actors in. There's a young Keanu Reeves. There's a young Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze.
Wow.
But yeah, if you can find it, I think it's on YouTube now, Youngblood. But another good film as well. He lives on a farm. He's a young ice hockey player. He goes away to play ice hockey. Something happens. He comes home and he goes back and sorts it all out. Have you heard of Cynthia Gibb?
No. You had a different
video in it as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, they're my two. But yeah, American Flyers. I don't know whether you can see that on YouTube or not, but definitely Youngbloods on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a really good film.
Yeah, I think like you, my sort of favorite childhood films outside of Star Wars weren't really kids' films.
No,
I love Beverly Hills Cop.
class.
That was amazing. Adventures in Babysitting. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Was Elizabeth Shue in it?
The show, yeah.
That's class. The Monster Squad.
I think I've seen that.
That's really good. There's it's just like a load of kids and like a load of monsters move in a house down the road, like Frankenstein and Werewolf and Dracula. Silly, so good though. And Weird Science as well. Oh my god.
Brilliant. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Incredible film.
Let's on Star Wars. So like as someone who liked the original Star Wars as a kid, when I was early 2000s, I loved the new Star Wars as a kid. What did you think when those ones came out? Because everyone obviously now I know doesn't like them or didn't like them.
Yeah, I loved them at the time. It was just such a novelty to see Star Wars on the pictures. It was great. But looking back, The Phantom Menace is awful. I still quite like 2 and 3. I think Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is really good. I still think Episode 2 is quite good. The first one's dreadful though. It's like it's the way the CGI has aged so badly on that film that like the final fight scene in that field with the blue sky does look like the Microsoft screensaver. It's so bad, the CGI. But yeah, and then I think the last 3 were very disappointing, to be honest.
Let's get out of bombshell.
Never seen Star Wars.
I've seen one Star Wars movie, and that was I was a bit drunk after England played Switzerland in Euro '96. My mate is, go on, stick it, I'll watch it. And I think I fell asleep halfway through. But I've never.
Do you remember what one it was?
I've never seen any. I think it might have been Return of the Jedi. I think it might have been that. I think I might have seen that. But no, I've never been in. As a kid, I was never into like Star Wars and stuff like that, like say football and things like that. But I've never been there. I don't know what Warren's like with stuff like that, or
never watched the Star Wars. Never will.
What? Well, do you know what? Warren
will say never will.
Oh, I know, yeah, big claim.
Yeah, Dave's right.
Are you at that stage now, Warren, where you're like,
you start, Ben?
Warren, are you at that stage where you're just stubborn now, thinking, I don't want to watch it anyway?
The sci-fi movies and sci-fi as a thing just doesn't appeal, and I just think I'm at the age I am now. I'm not sitting down and watching it. I'm just not.
One thing I would say, right, if there's any Star Wars to watch and you're not really into Star Wars or sci-fi, and/or season 1 and 2 followed by Rogue One, the film, amazing, so good. It's a story about resistance fighters fighting against the Empire. Could be set in any time period. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. There's no force in it. There's no lightsabers. It's incredible, honestly. It's so good. The story,
are they the early ones, are they?
It's amazing. No, so the newest things they've done.
Oh, okay.
The Rogue One set in between 3 and 4, isn't it? It's set in between 3 and 4, I think.
Right. Chronologically, you mean?
Yeah. But Andor's just brilliant. It's so good.
I'm the same with Star Trek as well.
Yeah. I never liked Star Trek, to be honest. Wasn't for me.
It's mad seeing TJ Hooker in Star Trek.
Oh my god, TJ Hooker! The thing I remember most about that. Do you remember that forward roll he did on the roof at the end of the opening credits?
I can remember the bit at the start as well when I think she throws a truncheon on the ground and like he catches his legs and stuff like that. Class, love it.
For anyone who doesn't know, this is William Shatner as a cop. Basically, it's William Shatner's cop show. Incredibly kitsch 80s tat.
Love
amazing. Right, we're going to finish on a music question from Stu. You don't listen to music, do you, Warren?
No, apparently not, no.
DJs to silence.
So, Stu has asked, are there any bands you wish you could have seen before they disbanded or just stopped playing live? For me, it would have been the Cranberries with the Pale Fountains, a close second. What a shout. The Paleys would have been amazing. Ben, go on. You're the music industry insider, so go on, have it.
No, there's so many. Like I love so much music before I was even born and stuff. But that's the thing. Like I didn't think I was going to see LCD Sound System. Then they got back together, and I got to see them. That was awesome. And then, but I think it'd be Daft Punk. Like, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's not even a live band, but just the actual being in a massive venue with Daft Punk and it'd be amazing. Yeah, for sure.
I think since I did that Kickabout with Rob and Discovery with my album, and I think you said in the comments about Alive, because
Yeah.
I've not really listened to that because it was a live album, was a bit like, and then since then I've absolutely hammered it, and I am sick that I never went to see them. I like Daft Punk from like '97.
Yeah.
I only realised that they disbanded last year, and I never went to see them, and it annoys me so much. But yeah, I think you're right; it would have been incredible.
Yeah.
What's it like? Is it better down there now for bands touring? Because for years, bands wouldn't really go to Australia that much. Hence, you got things like Australian Pink Floyd and things like that. Because you just get cover bands who just went really big because the real bands wouldn't go down. Is it better now? Do you think?
Oh God, I got a story that links in with Daft Punk. So the festival scene like a few years ago was really strong. It was really good. But and basically there'd be time of year like your winter, so many people would come over from America and England and it was sick. But there's the festivals just really struggling just to sell tickets and everything like that. Since COVID, it's been hard for like international acts to come over, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's changed a lot. So now you just have like big venue for big artists and that sort of thing. But to link it to Daft Punk, basically, I used to DJ coming out of high school, so I can help you out.
You could have taught me. Yeah, you could have taught me
online. So when I was DJing a lot, there was a Daft Punk tribute DJ act that would literally go around and get booked for places all across Australia because they would just play Daft Punk songs and stuff like that. But they would wear the full get up and everything like that. And basically, so I warmed up. I'm playing up before them, and they're like, oh, and so they're coming on next month. Yeah, sweet. And then someone comes up, or it was probably him without his full on helmet on, came up and handed me his USB and it's like, play this. And so I was like, okay. So I had to like plug in his USB and play this, and it was like this like super electronic intro. And then they just appear behind me as soon as I started playing it. I was like, whoa, there's robots. And yeah, that was pretty surreal. But yeah, they had like smoke. They did the full thing. So maybe I have seen Daft Punk live. What am I thinking?
Yeah, I mean closer to than I have. So yeah. Definitely.
Slightly overweight Daft Punk.
That's a hell of a shout. I am sick on a daily basis about this. The fact that I never went to see them. Silly. Ian.
Small Faces for me.
Yeah, good shout.
Probably my favourite band. Just one of my favourite bands anyway. And just for Steve Marriott's voice, he's got one of the greatest voices of all time. In it, like a little venue, stuff like that. Just hearing his voice and just or that one or the Beatles. Before they became big, seeing them over in Hamburg and stuff like that, just to see what went on over there and what they sounded like before. Obviously, they became what they were.
Yeah, so I had this conversation last night because I always bounce the mailbag questions around with the kids and that.
Yeah.
And the Beatles were brought up, and I was like, "What era of the Beatles would you like to have seen?" So, Ian, would you go early?
Yeah, definitely early, like in the Hamburg beginning, like Love Me Do and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm thinking Revolver stage around then for me. Ben?
Or I'd just go late because then you can hopefully get it all. But seeing the rooftop performance front to back, that would have been amazing. Yeah.
I mean, they did pack in touring in about 1966, I think, didn't they? They finished early, really.
I think Help would have been the last album.
Could you imagine that though, going to a Beatles gig and you want to actually go and hear what the band's like? You've got lads to scream, "Shut up, man! I want to listen to the band. Stop listening to yourself. I want to listen to the music."
Oh God, it would do your head in that, wouldn't it? Jesus.
Oh, definitely.
Warren,
I think I've said this before on Mailbag, but I've heard they might even still be gigging. I don't think they are, but one of you will correct me if they do. But apparently, Faithless were unbelievable live. Apparently, they've been meant to be incredible live. So I would have loved to have seen them because I'd loved everything they brought out. I always listened to, and I just always found it very good sort of background music. But also, if you're just walking along, you got your headphones on or whatever, it's just pleasant music to have as like a walking sort of thing. And Yeah, I would have loved to have seen them because apparently not just the actual music, but the show itself with the light show and all different things was meant to be unbelievable. So definitely would have loved to have seen them.
Yeah, I know a few people who've seen them, and they said they were incredible. Like, yeah, that is a good shout. I think for me, apart from Daft Punk, probably Nirvana. I got to them very, very late. I didn't like them until about, I don't know, late 90s. It was well over by the time I got into them. And I think the one band who I've seen but I'll never see again, and it makes me sad all the time, is the Specials. Because Terry Hall dying just on every level. It's just so sad. And I think they're genuinely one of the best live bands I've ever seen. I've never known like an atmosphere at a gig like it. It's just so happy and everyone's together. It's just like it was just, the gigs were just perfect. So
it wouldn't be the same, would it?
No, they couldn't do it without Terry Hall. No.
Was it a big venue when you saw them?
So I saw them in Cardiff. No, so probably mid-sized venue. So the best time, so like a Liverpool Olympia size, so a couple of thousand really. They never really played like massive venues. I think the best one was the Empress Ballroom in Blackpool. It's such a good venue. That the floor bounces and it's amazing. Saw Blair there as well. They were really good in that venue. But yeah, I think they're probably mine. That's it for this week's mailbag. Before we go, is anyone doing any pre-season stuff? I'm not.
Just Roma,
Warren?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm going away next week, so I won't be around. I'll just keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on everything. But I am actually hoping to be. So I'm in the States the same time as we're in Chicago. I say only. It's about 8 hours from where I'm staying to drive to Chicago, which sounds a lot, but in the States, that's short really. So I might drive up to Chicago and have a night or two there, see if I can meet up with Matt and Paddy.
Yeah, that'd be great if you can.
Yeah,
so
I might do that.
8 hours there, like you say, it's nothing really, is it?
Well, it's just straight and like there's loads of places to stop and whatever. So yeah, and Chicago's amazing. Chicago's a wonderful city. So hoping to do that. Yeah,
defo. Yeah, you should if you can, mate. Definitely, that'd be class. Right, that's it then for this week's mailbag. The last one before the Toffees kick off pre-season. So I'm sure that was a very football light edition. I'm sure we'll have more red hot soccer chat as pre-season continues. Go and enjoy your final Everton free weekend for a good few months. That's been it for this week's mailbag. Thanks to Warren, Ian, and Ben. Thanks to everyone who sent questions in. We'll catch you next time on Mailbag.